I forgot your own degree.
It's not your degree.
Exactly. So like,
Okay.
it doesn't matter that much. I kid.
Hurtful.
I kid. All right. So today, I went on my social media and I asked a question regarding what people would ask a therapist if they didn't actually have to go to therapy, or they could stay anonymous, or like that way they didn't have to go face to face and be like fearful. That's at least what I was getting from it when I asked it, but I don't know what anyone actually got from it when I asked it. So that was the goal. So she's going to be providing the answers, and I will be providing the very many questions. We were going to split this into a, I believe, 5-part series, because there are that many questions, and I know she takes a long time to answer. It's true, but
It's usually not black and white, cut and dry.
crazy how mental health is that way.
I know, right?
So we're going to start off with a person who said, how do I take responsibility for my problems when I think there's someone else's doing?
Okay. So before I answer any questions, I'm going to preface this with,
Okay.
I'm getting a little tiny bit of information,
Mm-hmm.
no backstory.
Yep.
Okay. So I can answer vague, right? Best I can without knowing the whole story, but it's not Dear Abby for anybody who's old enough to, you don't even know who Dear Abby is, do you? Okay, think of like writing into Cosmo. What should I do, right? Well, but it's not your eyebrows, it's your life. So.
I don't need advice on my eyebrows. They're pretty popping
Your
already.
eyebrows, okay, fine, but right, but this is not like. So I just want to say that like anything,
Disclaimer.
it's definitely not advice as much as just info,
Yeah.
right? So based on the little information, I have.
As good of an
Okay.
answer as you can get.
Just throwing that out there. I would definitely seek the advice of a therapist that you're actually in the room with if it's a big problem, and don't take a short answer as gospel. Okay. That being said, so reread the question. Sorry.
All right. How do I take responsibility for my problems when I think there's someone else's doing?
Okay, so here's the thing. This is where I would love to have the person here where I would say, well, what exactly is your problem? And how is it someone else is doing? It's a challenge. So, is this someone you know?
Yes.
Do you have any idea what they could be referring to?
No.
Okay. Well, then we're guessing, right?
We're guessing.
We're throwing darts in the dark and hoping it hits. Okay. So it's not about accepting responsibility for your problem. It's accepting responsibility for how you respond, right? If someone does something and it hurts me, the only thing I can do is choose what I do with that, right? I can forgive you. I can not talk to you because you really did hurt me bad enough that that's justified, right? We'll say.
Well, I screwed up.
Right. Yeah, should have done the dishes. Yeah. Anyway, so I guess my answer would be it depends. There's so much more to this than just
There's underlying
all
information.
you can do is control how you respond. What you do with that. If someone hurts you, you choose what you do with it. So it's not accepting what they did to you, but it's saying, am I going to rise above this? How am I going to rise above this? How am I going to move past it?
All right.
That work?
Works for me.
Okay, it was a vague question, sorry.
No.
Well, it wasn't a vague question, it just, I really could have used more detail.
Right.
And if you are watching, feel free to message her with more detail. We can always get back to that.
Or if you happen to know her, you can message her.
If you are in Utah or Montana, I am a therapist in both states.
And her information will be dropped down below in the description box after we are done filming. All right, next question. Based on your experience, what ways have you found to be the best to find forgiveness, both for yourself and others?
Ooh, I love that question.
Right, it's a good one.
The F word, forgiveness. Okay. Forgiveness is so hard. So hard. And you know that is something that I continue to work on, like everybody probably watching. It will take you forever to master that, probably, unless you're like a monk. But most of us are working on
They're
it.
not even dealing with people most of the time. They're just meditating.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the answer.
Meditation. So here's the thing with forgiveness. If I'm giving you and you're giving somebody a solid answer, if someone hurts me and I hold a grudge, they say they're sorry.
Mhm.
They feel terrible, hopefully. I mean, they should. If they hurt me, they should feel bad. Don't you agree?
Well, yeah.
We shouldn't feel good about it. We should feel bad. But we're going to move past it.
Right?
So you hurt me. You keep being the person who's doing the bad because I'm talking to you. Sorry, that's just the way it's going to work.
Feeling like a villain here.
So let's say you hurt me and you say I'm sorry and you say I'm sorry again and I'm still pissed. Like, you suck. You're a terrible person. I want you to hurt as bad as I hurt. You all know what that feels like. When we're hurt, we don't want to forgive because you deserve to feel as bad as I do, right? Problem is,
That hurts you at the same time.
someone says I'm sorry a couple times, they do move past that. So when you think of forgiveness, I think it's important to look at it this way. If you hold a grudge, my favorite quote, and I don't know who said it, and I always quote this. I need to figure it out. I need to look this up. Holding a grudge is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It will kill you. You forgive somebody because you deserve to forgive them. You deserve to have that anger and that hurt lifted. And on the flip side, we all screw up.
Well, yeah.
And I've needed to be forgiven, and I always hope someone will forgive me. So yeah, I would say, but it's if nothing else, if it's not for the other person, forgive someone for yourself, because you don't want to carry that pain.
That's a good solid answer. All right, number 3 out of 5. How do you handle being an ear for so many people?
Well, let's see. I worked in bars. I did hair. It's like habit. Just listening to people. The nice thing about I'm a mom. I'm a daughter and a sister. I hear it all. And random people, not weird people, but random people start telling me their problems. I don't know if I just ooze this weird vibe, like, hey, tell me what's going on in your world. Right? But you know this, parent-teacher conference. I've got teachers, not here, but I've had it where they start telling me all the reasons why the company, the school district is screwed up. And I'm like, why in the hell are you telling me this when I'm here for parent-teacher conference?
And that's why she quit going to my parent-teachers conference when I was in 3rd grade.
But really, I love it. You know this. I love, and I don't love the drama, that piece of it. I hate the drama, but I think that there is, it will sound super cheesy.
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna sound cheesy because
It usually does.
It does, but I feel like sitting with people in their darkest hour, in their deepest pain, is a gift. And I think that being able to, I've been in a place of witnessing people who I was afraid weren't going to make it, who I really was afraid suicide was going to be the end result, and I've seen them move, I've seen them move past it, and I've seen them not only do well, but thrive, like really excel in their life. And yeah, sometimes it's hard, but that's to me a blessing. So that's how. And a lot of self-care, a lot of crafts, a lot of crafts. The craft room. That is my sanctuary.
All right, 4 out of 5. How can I help my 11-year-old who has been displaying violent behavior and a serious lack of respect for authority?
Okay, so again, not enough info to really give a good answer. What I can say, I would tell this person is what's going on differently in this kiddo's life. Have there been changes in the family, changes school, home. This is a hard one sometimes. Mom and dad arguing, or mom or dad really busy, working more, not able to be there as much. There are so many factors to look at that I think it's important to figure out what's actually the cause. Kids are like a thermometer, and I tell people this a lot, and I've seen it with my own kiddos. They start acting out and being little jerks or being really clingy and needy when I'm too busy, when I'm working too much, when I'm emotionally exhausted. They start doing things, and it's because they're responding to this. It's their way of, it could be their way of doing a lot of things, but your kids are oftentimes a really good, like, emotional thermometer. The flip side is there's other things that could be going on outside. It's impossible to know. I mean, anything from bullying to just all kinds of things. Checking in with your kiddo. One good thing I do think can be really helpful is sitting down and coloring or drawing, or if whatever, like if it's art or writing or telling stories. A lot of times kids will communicate what's going on for them internally through a picture, like, ooh, let's write about how we're feeling, or let's draw a picture of how we're feeling. Let's draw a picture of our worst feeling this week and our best feeling this week. Using art and playing and just chilling and chatting with your kid, you can find out a lot if you just will ask and listen, and not asking in an accusatory, but like, oh, you seem like you're having a hard day, bud. What's going on? Except when you're a therapist, because that backfires, because then your kids say, wait for it, stop therapizing me. It's not a word.
Guilty.
And all therapist kids seem to do it. I don't know what the deal is with that, because it's not even a word, but we are all therapizing our children.
We made it up as the therapy children
I don't
community.
know how that happens, but
No,
yeah,
we just all have the same mind.
right?
All right, and this will be our last question for this video. Best things to do when you feel sad or self-critical?
Yay, this is not so, I don't need so much information on this one. Okay. Ooh, God, I could go on forever. Let's see. Self-critical. Here's my rule of thumb with this one. For every negative thought you have about yourself, you're going to write it down, the belief you have, and then you're going to write down 3 things that could potentially, I'm not saying 100%, potentially contradict it, right? I'm ugly, right? This is my self-thought. I'm ugly. Okay. But I do get compliments that I have pretty eyes.
You do.
Thank you. I tan well. That's a nice thing. And I have a cute nose. Which actually, I'm not talking about me. I'm just picking things, right? Write down 3 things, and they don't have to feel 100% true. They just have to be true enough to you that you can believe them. And then read those. So self-critical, find your strengths. We all have them. We all fall short. Everyone has stuff they kind of, I don't want to say suck at, but do not excel at. Some things we suck at. I suck at some stuff, right? There are things I will not even do because it's just
anything with hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, it's just not my thing. Like if it's a sport where there's a ball, like forget it. I'm moving. I'm not going to try to catch it. Somebody else better be there because we're out. Our team lost. Okay. So self-critical, like keep it in perspective. Not everyone's going to be good at everything. Okay. When you're not feeling happy, I would say my top tips for this. Where do I start? Because no one loves some of them. There's going to be a few that don't jive with people. Get outside and get some exercise. I combine the two. Get outside is great. Sunlight is so good for you. It is necessary for vitamin D. Your body needs it. I know this is boring. Sorry, but you need it. It's good for you. Sitting in front of TV and going, God, I wish I felt better, not going to be helpful. Exercise, right? Like endorphins, it naturally, I mean, runner's high, people have heard of it. This is a big one. So exercise, getting outside, taking time to do something fun. Again, I mean, Netflix and chill is great, But there are other things you can do, right? Go get a cup of coffee and just sit and read a magazine that has, no value whatsoever. Just like, I'm going to flip through this and look at clothes or look at the latest stupid whatever. I'm going to go just get my nails done. Doing something simple for yourself is huge. Gratitude. I know you cringe at that one. A lot of people do, especially when people are depressed. It can be hard to find something you're grateful for. But if you can find little things, and I'm talking stuff like my go-to is always indoor plumbing. If you cannot find anything to be grateful for, go camping and have to dig a hole to go to the bathroom. You will be grateful for indoor plumbing. All right, come on, work with me here. You ever had to go to the laundromat? You like your washer and dryer, don't you? You can find something. So I think gratitude, exercise, getting outside, doing something nice for yourself, talking to somebody who cares about you, who will just be there, watching a funny movie. There's so many things. If it's really bad and you're really self-critical and can't lift your mood, could be more going on than just a hard time. And then it's worth talking to a doctor or a therapist or somebody. So, yeah.
All right. Those are some good
questions
and good answers.
Hey, thanks, lady.
I know things. Anyways, so that's what we're going to do for this. I'm going to just call it an episode or, like this snippet. But we will be continuing with the other 4 to complete the other 20 questions. I never thought I was popular growing up. Suddenly I actually feel somewhat liked. No.
See? Negative self-talk. Not helpful.
It was a joke.
There I am therapizing her.
Self-deprecating humor does not last in this household.
No. Negatory.
Anyways, I will be posting those, and these will be like a weekly thing until I can think of what else I need to upload. So you won't be getting these all at once. So sorry, Charlie, but thank you for tuning in for this episode of Interviewing a Therapist.